Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here with an update on Nikki and Dan Phillippi. I had some new info I wanted to share with you, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this is going to cover a few different topics, not only the Bowser situation, but a couple of other things as well. Kind of wanted to bring it all into one video, so if you are following this story, you have one video to digest all of this sort of newer learned info, if that makes sense. And we have Axel with us. Hopefully he'll stay for a little while. You never know. So let's start out. First of all, I want to start out by kind of sharing my seat in all of this as someone who has a platform and is making videos about this topic. You guys, I have had more messages and emails about this situation, sharing conversations about Bowser and about being dog owners and about animal, what's in the best interest of animals and influencers owning pets and people who are genuinely devastated over this dog that they never met. And I don't want to get emotional in this video, but it seems like I have already met, just with my small platform, so many people that seem to love Bowser more than Nikki and Dan did. And to me, that says more than enough about the character of Nikki and Dan both. Now, granted, I don't know whose ultimate decision this was. I have a feeling it was Nikki's, but that's allegedly because none of us know. Based on all of the vlog footage that I have watched over the past few days, based on me kind of making my assumptions about her character based on watching years of footage, I feel like Bowser was more an inconvenience to her than it was to Dan. First thing I want to share with you guys is this article that was on the Today Show. And this is a few days old now, but it has some info that I haven't shared in any of my videos. And I'm sure if you guys are watching mine, you're watching other videos about this as well. But I still want to share it with you because I think that they definitely bring up one thing that proves that Nikki and Dan are liars. So let's work through this. It says, popular parenting YouTubers Nikki Phillippi and Dan Phillippi are facing criticism from fans and followers after sharing that they had euthanized their 9-year-old bull terrier, Bowser. The pair, who live in Nashville, said in an emotional YouTube video shared on May 3rd that there had been multiple instances over the years where they would have been justified in putting the dog down, but the final straw came after he bit their young son Logan in an incident Dan called defensive. I wouldn't call their YouTube video emotional at all. In fact, I think it was very fake and phony. And I really wanted to hit that stupid coffee cup out of Nikki's hand. You're supposed to be sharing this emotional, gut-wrenching video detailing a decision that you had to make to put your dog down. And she's sitting there faking tears and drinking her fucking Starbucks. To me, that is disgusting. Dan and Nikki Phillippi did not respond to multiple requests for comment from Today. It happened in a way that almost doesn't matter because the end result was the same, but in the spirit of telling the story, it wasn't like Bowser attacked Logan. Logan tried to take food from him, Nikki explained in the video. While Logan wasn't seriously hurt, he was left with a mark on his face from Bowser's teeth. And I'm going to interrupt right here. After taking the last few days to think about all this, in my personal opinion, I am at the point where I don't believe a single word that Nikki or Dan says. Not in this video, not in any upcoming videos that they might do. I think they're both fucking liars, and I think that they have made up things to make Bowser seem like it was something that needed to be addressed, and in my opinion, I don't believe a word they say, but that's just me. Dan said in an earlier incident, Logan had also hurt the dog's ear, leaving it swollen for nearly a month. That's the cauliflower ear that I talked about in my other video. That incident allegedly left Bowser with a scar. The Phillippis said in their video, Bowser was an angel who could get rowdy, whose personality changed after he was attacked by another bull terrier, which belonged to Nikki's parents. And that's what I'm saying. If this attack happened when Bowser was a puppy, all the years of footage after that I have watched, I didn't see him having any issues socializing with other dogs. I didn't see him having any issues being alone at home with Zoe, which is their small dog. I have seen more recent footage of the child, Logan, on the floor with Bowser. Bowser walks right by, doesn't care about the baby on the floor. So that's why all of these small pieces of info and me taking it in, I don't believe a single fucking word that they say, you guys. Bowser was attacked when he was a puppy, and we never really talked about that very much. But that was a big turning point in Bowser's personality. Nikki said prior to the attack, Bowser could go to dog parks. Bowser was just calmer in general. And then after the attack, it just triggered something in him. Ever since then, things really took a turn. I don't believe a word she says. The couple said that while they loved Bowser, it had become difficult to care for him once they had his son. They also said that they were planning to move soon and already had begun to have conversations about what to do with Bowser, since there's a lot that goes into transporting him. And that's another thing I don't believe. I'm going to show you guys a clip of a vlog when they moved into their new house in a little while. And I don't see where there was so much that went into transporting Bowser. He seriously injured a couple of different dogs, including their other dog, Zoe. We had her stitched up a couple different times. Dan said, he's such a powerful animal that just the tiniest fraction of a second and oops, he didn't mean it, or he snaps out of it, it's not good. Fucking liar. Allegedly. Okay, so here goes. The pair said that they had considered rehoming Bowser, but were told by the Humane Society that that was not an option due to his long history with the family and all the instances where Bowser had shown aggression. The Humane Society of the United States told Today that the nationwide organization has no involvement with this case. When contacted by Today, the Nashville Humane Association said they have no records of Dan and Nikki Phillippi and were not aware of any conversations about euthanizing Bowser. The Philippis did not specify in the video which animal shelter they had connected with beyond saying the Humane Society, and they did not respond to requests for comment. Of course they didn't, because in my personal opinion, allegedly, they're fucking liars. The Philippis said in their video that they had decided to have the dog euthanized at home. It was the worst day, but it was amazing because, you know, everything comes to an end. And if it has to come to an end, I'm not going to read her fucking bullshit statement. Who cares? So some of these tweets, I'm sure you guys have seen them. Abby Williamson tweeted, it takes a certain kind of shitty to put your dog down after it bit your baby who was grabbing the dog's food, but it's another level of stupid to think that uploading an emotional video talking about how tragic it was a good idea. Nikki and Dan Phillippi should be ashamed. And by the way, I love Abby. She does a lot of anti-hauls. I've shouted her out in other anti-haul videos that I've done. If you guys like makeup content and that kind of like what not to buy, check out Abby Williamson. She's awesome. Someone else said the whole part about Old Yeller made me nauseous. I think a lot of people are really focusing on that, rightfully so, because it was such a psychotic statement to make. I don't believe that anyone that truly loves their dog would ever consider doing that themselves. If that even crosses your mind, that is not loving your animal. That is not love. That is psychotic. That is psychotic. And on top of it, Old Yeller got shot because he had rabies, not because the dog became an inconvenience when they were trying to fucking move. And you know, even Jeffree Star put out a tweet that said, it's hard to fathom how someone could kill their own family dog and make content out of it. They need to be investigated. As a dog owner whose animals are my life, this is hard to wrap my head around. Y'all know me. I'm not the biggest fan of Jeffree Star, but I'm glad that he put that tweet out because obviously people with large platforms need to be speaking against not only Nikki and Dan Phillippi, but all of these influencers that get dogs as props, that get dogs as a way to make fun content. A dog is not a piece of furniture. There are over 2 million animals that enter the shelter every year because of irresponsible humans. Because people get a dog, they're not ready to. They get the dog, they don't know how to train it, or they don't want to. They realize the dogs are a lot of money. They don't have, the proper resources to be able to come home at lunch, or they don't want to hire a dog trainer, or they don't have the money to hire a dog walker. There are so many things that go into getting a dog, and I am quite frankly sick and tired of seeing people get a dog so that they can take cute Instagram photos or surprise their kid with a puppy for Christmas or for their birthday. You want to surprise your kid? Go get them an iMac, get them a new iPhone, get them a pair of shoes. Giving them a living, breathing animal is not something that you just give your kid as a present. And it's damn sure not something that you get so that you can take pictures on Instagram. So I can't remember which vlog it was on, you guys. At this point, it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is that Bowser was supposed to be this, big to-do, to get him moved. And based on their last move from California to Tennessee, I saw no problems. So that's what I'm saying. I don't believe a single word that they say. I don't believe that at this point, in my personal opinion, I don't even believe that Bowser got aggressive with the food. I believe that, in my opinion, pure speculation here, I believe that because they are getting ready to move, they didn't want to move with Bowser this time because of, I don't know, his age, or I don't know what the fuck their problem was. To think that all of a sudden a dog is an inconvenience to your lifestyle when that dog has given you over 9 years of nothing but kind, love, compassion, loyalty, unconditional love, always giving the humans whatever they want. Humans do not deserve dogs, and I will always say that. I've said it for many, many years. We are undeserving of the pure souls that dogs are. Like I said, at this point, we can't save Bowser because these sick fucks already made the decision for us. But we can make sure that voices are heard, and we can make sure that hopefully no other influencers want to get a dog and act, even a fraction close to what these people did. Dogs are not a prop. They're not a baby doll that you can come and, dress them up and take some cute videos. It's gross. So another update. In my last video, I discussed how I had talked to a couple of vets in California. I then learned that they live in Tennessee. I talked to a few vets in Tennessee. I talked to my vet, which I'm in a completely different state. And I received the same answer across the board. If you inquire with a vet about home euthanasia, in-office euthanasia, it doesn't matter. Any vet is going to do a quality of life check. They are going to go through, is it a behavioral issue? Is it an issue that the owners don't fit the dog's needs anymore? Should the dog be rehomed? Is it an anxiety issue? Is it, a training issue? Is it a terminal illness issue? If it's not terminal, then what can we do as far as medications and, maybe changing the diet? They are going to go down every avenue to not have to put down a dog. And I received a very solid answer across the board from every vet. What I've learned since then is in some states, there can be a licensed individual who can administer euthanasia drugs to an animal at home, and it's, you know, a concierge service, which is so gross to even say that. And I'm not saying that gross for people who actually need it, but for Nikki and Dan, it is gross. I've contacted a few of these agencies as well, not only in Tennessee, but also in surrounding states. And yet again, the answer that I am getting is, even if it is not an actual veterinarian, this licensed individual, they sort of take an oath to not be, you know, reckless and be just putting down animals for no reason. So they go through the same protocol with the owners, and they say, okay, is this a terminal illness? Is it a behavioral issue? If it's a behavioral issue, let's get you hooked up with a veterinarian. Unless they found someone who did this when they shouldn't have done it, I just don't know where this person would have come from. I really don't. Because typically people that work with animals, whether it's in the medical field or in a training aspect, even people that work at the pet store, you know, a pet supply store, there's a common love there for animals. And if you're doing that job, 99% of those people are not going to just go against what they should be doing because they're being paid to do it. I know that there are a couple of bad apples. That goes for just humans in general. In order to put it in the most simple terms, anyone that inquires about euthanizing their pet, whether it's a dog, cat, bird, ferret, whatever, there is a quality of life check done. Because that would be reckless if owners could just say, well, I'm tired of my dog, time to kill it. No. That would be absolutely heinous if you could have owners just saying, well, I'm done with you. You don't just throw away animals like they're a shattered mirror that you can no longer use. And the people that have the power in their hands to carry out things like home euthanasias or in-office euthanasias, most of them have a moral code that they stand by because they have the dog's best interest at, you know, in mind. Now, the other thing that I think is disgusting is that Nikki and Dan still have this video up on their channel. So to me, that tells me that they are keeping this video up so that people will come to their channel, and even if there's not ads on this video, people are going to go to these other more recent videos to leave their downvote and try to leave a comment even though her comments are off. So her AdSense revenue right now is skyrocketing because even if this video doesn't have ads, people are going to her other videos just like I did. I went to their vlog channel and I was looking at all of this footage. And I hate that I had to do that, but I also want to be able to report it to you guys and see it with my own two eyes. So sadly, she is getting paid off of this, and it sucks. And the last thing I'm going to touch on in this video is something that I mentioned in my last car chats. Nikki and Dan deciding to not adopt from Thailand because they could not split their baby for money and views on YouTube. Thailand has children's best interest at heart fully, and they told this couple, they told the adoption agency told Nikki and Dan, look, for 1 year, you're not allowed to put this kid on YouTube. So instead of saying, okay, let's not do that, we're all right with not doing that, but we still want to adopt because we are in a position where we could change this child's life, they decided to not go through with it. Then, just like they, you know, were shopping for a new car, they decide to go over to Korea. Let's try Korea. Let's see if they'll let us get away with this shit. And it didn't work out with Korea either. I love seeing these countries have these laws to protect kids. I think it's absolutely vital. I think it's more than necessary, because these family vloggers are just putting shit on the internet that is not their business to put on the internet at all. They're not protecting these kids. They're adopting kids so that they up their, AdSense checks. They up their chances to get sponsorships. And it's completely deplorable. So even though I myself have never worked with an adoption agency, I don't know a lot about them, it is pretty clear to see that Thailand and Korea both have kids' interests, front and center. And I love to see that. But the flip side of that is to see these self-centered jerks say that they're not going to change a kid's life just because they couldn't put it on YouTube. Why were they not canceled when that happened? That's what I'm so dumbfounded by. Nobody was talking about it. And it's not like they were hiding. She had over 1 million subscribers when that happened, I'm quite sure. If not, it was right below. I think one of the things that bothers me the most about all of this is just how I keep getting the same answer from all of these, people that I talk to, no matter what state they're in, no matter how long they've been in business. People don't put down healthy dogs. And I have, I'll be honest with you guys, I've lost a lot of sleep over this. I have thought about this 24/7 since I found out about it. And I not only mourn because of Bowser, but I also mourn for all of the stories like this that we don't hear about. Now that Nikki and Dan have done this and they have admitted that they've done it, I'd like to see some sort of nationwide registry where if you do some shit like this, you're not allowed to own a dog again. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. Don't care. There should be a registry where not only do rescue organizations have access to this, but breeders also have access to this, where they can say, these people got rid of a dog that could have been rehomed. They are not fit to be dog owners ever again. Because like I've said before, it is an absolute honor to be a dog owner. And to see these people just throw it in the fucking trash makes me sick to my stomach. So, Bowser was a good dog, and I will continue to, I've got a couple more things that I'm looking into, and I will continue to use my platform to talk about this, just like I've promised in prior videos. I'm not letting this go, but I also want to talk about the issue as a whole of people getting dogs to, do something on a Sunday afternoon. That's not how getting a dog works. We went 6 years with no dog because I knew that we were not in a position to give the dog a good life. We were both outside of the house for 15 hours a day because I had a crazy commute. We didn't have money. So we waited. We waited until we were in a financial position and we, had a house of our own. And it was so rewarding to be able to, get Axel. So getting a dog is not something that you do for clout or for content. And if people are doing that and they are disposing of the dog once, they think the dog is out of control, even though they didn't put the time and patience into training the dog or giving it the resources that it needs. Or you have people like this who, in my opinion, allegedly, the whole thing is a lie. Don't know what to believe with these two. But I don't know, maybe in the future there will be some kind of registry of, hey, these people are assholes, so let's not allow them to adopt or buy from a breeder. That doesn't even touch on the subject of puppy mills and, pet stores that sell animals. Don't agree with any of that. No, why do we still have puppy mills? Why is that still even a thing? Why are pets still being sold out of pet shops? No, don't agree with any of it. And I hope that voices continue to get loud. I hope that people continue to talk about stuff like this because it is a huge problem. And I can only speak for the United States, but I would imagine that it carries over to other areas of the world, Canada, you know, things like this. So I will keep using my platform and hopefully you guys are here with me. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.